Hello everyone! Good morning! Welcome to another weekly wear here on my channel where I will be testing out a foundation that I'm actually pretty excited about to see how it does. I haven't seen any reviews on this on YouTube because I feel like most of YouTube has dry skin or normal skin, but hey, I've got oily skin and I am here to test out this Matte Perfection Tinted Moisturizer from Sephora. I guess we're just gonna get on into it. This is $18 and you get 1.014 fluid ounce of product here. There are 16 different shades and it looks like they did 4 shades for each category. So 4 fair, 4 light, 4 medium, 4 deep. At least that's based on the arm swatches in my eyes. They say that this is going to be a lightweight, soft, matte finish tinted moisturizer that gives sheer, breathable coverage that is undetectable on the skin. Quite the claim. It is cruelty-free and the coverage is going to be just enough to dull the look of redness and even out skin tone. And because it is sheer, this shade range should work for a wide variety of skin colors. To use, they say to shake well, apply to clean moisturized skin, and also add a primer. Okay, so that's interesting that they specify that right away. I'm still going to try it without a primer. Because I mean, hey, consistency, I like that in terms of how I like to test my product. Cats are having an after poop moment, I apologize. I cannot prevent their bowel movements, I just can't. So yeah, okay, I think we're gonna get on into it as I stated, and I'm sure you know I have oily skin. I've also got the glasses wearers of the world covered. I've got my usual plethora of problems on my face, so we shall see how much this covers. I know it said evens out redness, but let's see, does it even out or cover up blemishes? I don't know. I'm assuming not, since they didn't say it did. But we're gonna see. You can you hear the little shaky ball? It's not nice and shaken up. I got the shade number 3, Cashmere. They said that this would be good for light skin colors. Sure, we will find out. Sticky sticker. Okay, so got a little twisty, got a squeezy tube, and I'm assuming a very liquidy formula. Yes. It smells like a tinted moisturizer. It smells like sunscreen? I don't think so. Okay. I don't know, Sephora. I don't think that's super sheer. It's not me complaining at all. Definitely does also feel a bit moisturizing going on. It's got a little bit of a cooling feeling to it. Is it undetectable on my skin? Probably, because I feel like it looks like it didn't cover too much. But I feel like if you didn't have blemishes, it would be perfection, right? Let's see, I've got a feeling this is gonna play a bit better with a sponge, just because it's a watery consistency. Yes, I would say so. And as you can see, we've got the sheer coverage going on. I know it didn't say anything about this being buildable, but I'm just curious by nature. I gotta know, can you show me? Can you cover up any blemishes? Yes and no. I would say the smaller / not as pigmented blemishes, like on my forehead, yeah, I think it covered that pretty dang good. But if we're talking about the super dark pigmentation on my right cheek right now, no, it doesn't cover it up. But I do think it just in general evened things out. I think it looks pretty dang good, honestly. It doesn't look completely matte yet. We'll see if it ends up drying down at all. But yeah, I mean, it feels lightweight so far, and I'm curious to test this out. I especially think, I mean, at least based on the coverage, you know, this would probably be better if I used a concealer on my more heavy duty bits, but that will be testing on another day. For now, we're just going to test this as is, see how it does, and I will be checking in with you all periodically so we can see how it does. So I'll see you all in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Oh, my friends, I feel horrible. I'm the worst. been like 10.5 hours since I put this foundation on. The day kind of got away from me. My aunt came over to say hello, so hello if you're watching this. And then my mom and I spent like 5 hours hanging up shelves for my collectibles. We're making a display wall right now. It's looking good so far, but so that was a lot. And then we were going downstairs to go to the dumpster and recycling, and then we were like, should we go out to eat? And then it was like, yep, we're going out to eat, we're hungry. And then here I am. I was just tinkering around, putting some of the things on the shelves and blah blah blah. My day got away from me. But that being said, I don't think things look too bad considering I didn't wear a primer today, and just, you know, all things considered. Yes, I'm looking hecka oily, hecka shiny, really not good in that sense, but you know, it has come off around my nose and on my nose where I'm the oiliest. But other than that, I don't think it looks too awful. It has felt super duper lightweight throughout the day. It does transfer off if I wipe my fingers across my face, but overall, if I was just like dabbing sweat or what have you, I thought it was doing just fine. I am definitely curious now to test this out further with concealers and primers. I have good high hopes because even before now checking in, you know, I just have felt very comfy all day with this foundation. Like I said, it's felt very lightweight, very barely there. Just very nice overall. Very, very nice. So I need to still get some work done here tonight, and then hopefully get some sleeps. Catch some Z's, catch some sleep. Okay, well, when worlds collide, eh? Or when words collide. Well, in any case, okay, I'm gonna go to bed and I will see you all in just a second here. I will have tested things out further and we can talk about it. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone. Welcome. Good evening. It's the end of day 4 of testing here. Yes, I have put this matte tint to many trials. It has been through many tribulations. I wish I could say it has all been for good. I mean, I guess it's been for the greater good, but I can't say results have been the best. I'm just so conflicted. So let me tell you about it. Let me show you what has been going on so that you can also feel the conflict within. Or hey, maybe it'll give you some more definitive opinions. Who knows? I saw day 1. Moving on to day 2, I went ahead and I used my Smashbox primer as per usual. And also went ahead and used concealers, my Kaja under eye concealer, and then my Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer, so that hopefully, you know, I could get that coverage done and then just use a sheerer wash of this tint on my face. I applied it with just a sponge, but was able to build it, and I really liked the finish. I thought it looked really good, nice and natural. It starts off a little dewy for sure and looks natural on the skin. However, it does semi-turn into a matte foundation more so than a dewy foundation, or tint, excuse me. And at the first check-in, about 4 hours in, I felt like it looked pretty darn matte. However, it was swiping right off on my finger and I did notice transfer. However, you couldn't really tell the transfer happened off of my face. You know, it's not like I had a big swipe down my nose or anything. I did, however, feel oily around the 7 to 8 hour mark, but I didn't check in until I had gotten home because that was when I got home and that was when I could check in. I just had been at my mom's for having trashy TV night, and so I didn't think I was gonna need to check in any earlier, so I hadn't brought my camera. But in any case, I was feeling oily a bit earlier than my last check-in. However, when I got home, I checked in, I looked oily for sure, and the matte tint had definitely come off around my nose and on my chin. It also was wiping off on my finger, so that was a bummer. However, I was not gonna give up. On day 3, I went ahead, I figured it was probably the primer. Like, I didn't think a moisturizing primer was gonna work very well with this, but I wanted to try it anyways. But so now, since I saw that didn't really work, or didn't work the best, I went ahead and used my Guerlain primer, my beloved, and also went ahead and used the same 2 concealers like before so that I could use a lighter layer. I again applied it with a sponge. I thought it went on beautifully, it was buildable, it was nice, etc., etc. However, Oh my gosh, you guys, it's not like I was doing anything crazy. I was doing like a bunch of house chores that day, so like vacuuming, sweeping, dishes. I mean, everyday activities for me anyways, and a little bit of filming. But I was noticing that with even the littlest bit of sweat, I was seeing transfer all over my hands. And so I checked in around the 4-hour mark, and oh my gosh, you guys, this just wiped straight off, which was really surprising to me with that Guerlain primer. So I decided, since that didn't work out, I wanted to try, because I thought, you know, okay, so on its own, it's not perfection for me, but maybe mixed in with a fuller coverage foundation, it'll work great. And since I had just tried out recently the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation, and that one I thought would be really nice with a sheared out type of foundation, I was like, okay, the perfect storm has come. Let's mix these two things together. 'Tis the time, let's do the darn thing. So I went ahead and did the darn thing. I did concealer like normal, but since the Smashbox wasn't perfection for this one, slash primer in general wasn't perfection with this stuff, I just went ahead and didn't use primer today. I've just been doing a bunch of filming, editing, stuff around the house once again. I did think that the two mixed together, oh, I also did add in some white mix and medium because I needed to, because that Dose of Colors foundation oxidizes. But either way, I thought it looked really nice on my skin, nice and natural. It was breathable. Like, I thought it was a nice combo for sure. But throughout the day here, the same freaking things are happening. I checked in earlier, again, at around the 4-hour mark, and it was definitely oily already. It was definitely transferring off, not only on my finger, but also on blotting sheets. However, I didn't think it looked atrocious or anything, so continuing on with wear, I mean, I really have just been editing today, which means really no physical labor, period, at all. Very sedentary, and yet I am still feeling really oily, really greasy, only about 8.5 hours in here. It is transferring off on my skin. It is not looking great, so I don't know. Maybe those two products just don't really work well together, but overall it makes me think that this matte tint is just not for me. But I so want to love it. I really do. Can you see why I'm very conflicted? Let's go over the pros and cons so that I can further explain this. To start off with the pros, it has beautiful blendable and buildable coverage. Really good on both of those fronts. So huge pro there. Also a pro is that on all of these days of testing, yes, even though it wiped off, got oily, etc., it was so lightweight. It is a very lightweight tinted moisturizer. For sure, have to give it credit there. It also looks quite natural, I think, you know, when oils come through and all of that. I think it looks really pretty on the skin, I do. And also, depending on the primer used with it or no primer, the fade can be semi-graceful and have a gradual fade. However, that is where we're getting into the cons. First off is just that if you do have oily skin, which is kind of what this is aimed towards, right? This wipes right off if you have oils or if you sweat. Like, just completely wipes right off. Plus, even though it's a matte tint, it is not matte in the slightest. Maybe in the beginning once it dries down, but within the first hour you are looking dewy and natural type of thing. So like if you're looking for a matte product, this is not going to do it for you. And if they meant it's matte as in it's mattifying, I would say nay to that. So overall, like I said, I'm bummed because it has some really good qualities to it. It really does. But it also has two really bad qualities that I just can't get over. And I mean, I guess I'll try it with a couple other foundations mixing it in, but I don't have high hopes just based off of today's wear test. I feel like this would work best for people who have normal skin, not dry, not combo, just normal, and then also people who don't have a ton of blemishes or they're not looking for super full coverage. It will give you buildable coverage, but I don't think it's ever going to give you full coverage. So if you like your imperfections or even like freckles, which I do not see as an imperfection, I've always been jealous of people with freckles. I think they're adorable, but if you want your freckles to shine through, this might be for you. But if you're looking for something mattifying, this ain't it. If you have oily skin, this ain't it. At least I don't think so. So, as always, I hope this review was helpful for you guys in seeing this matte tint on my face. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you have tried out this matte tint from Sephora. How did you feel about it? What kind of skin do you have? All that good stuff. It is wonderful to cook up a nice casserole of comments with you all in the comments down below. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, whatever the case may be, by giving me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. Until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!